Yo, we're back here. I know I've been away for a little while. I do apologize, guys. I sliced my toe open and I have been on the mend. Let me reset this so my neck isn't broken. And good day, good evening, good morning, wherever you're from, whatever time it is. It's Andy's Crypto Talk. We're back here with another one. This time, Ethereum is good. That's what Vitalik's telling us. Ethereum is good. So Vitalik here, we can see the post. I'm not going to spend much time jibber jabbering. I'm just going to get right into it this time. But yeah, I mean, we have seen some things in the market when it comes to Ethereum, sort of lagging, being a laggard. And I think that might be coming to an end. I think Vitalik knows it as well. Maybe he's paying attention to ETH and its evaluations. But lo and behold, at 6 this morning my time, Vitalik made a post here on X. I've been told to need to do less philosophizing and more Ethereum bull posting. Hence, here's an Ethereum bull post, courtesy of Stable Diffusion 3 in Painting and GIMP. So, just a little AI image. It looks like he's posted up here. Yeah. And I mean, 1.2 million views, 16k likes, 3.6k reposts in only a few hours. This says it all. Defeated the 11,700 word blog post on all 3 engagement metrics in 3 minutes. So I think it shows you where the mindset of the crypto industry and mental framework on intellectual things these days. This is kind of it, right? This is what people want. This is what they're here for. Is this brown bull standing on a hill with the sign saying Ethereum is good. Now, I'll bet you there's already meme coins of this on Pump Fun. Let's check out Pump Fun. And let's just search Vitalik bull. There it is. And it's already rugged. I would imagine that we would see more. I was thinking we'd see more. I'm sorry if you see anything offensive here. I do have it on. I have it so it shows all the offensive things as well. Anyways, let's kind of get back to this. So, what do I think? What do I feel? What's going to happen from here? What's going on with Ethereum? I mean, here's a good example. It's working. I don't know if 2540 to 2580 is a big enough move to say it's working, but we'll take a look at the charts here and we'll have a look at what's going on. I think that was the major news for the day that I seen. This was a one I was taking a look at, breaking out of this trend channel. However, I wouldn't draw it like that, so we'll take a look at the charts here and we will see what's going on. I thought I seen something about the ETFs, but we'll take a look at that because I think that's part of the factor of the bull post. So let's start broad view. Take a look at some interesting things that are developing. So I did mention this to pay attention to this line and pay attention to this zone, and it looks like we are taking the bullish route. We could see a bounce. I was saying a bounce around here. You know, I mean, to make this essentially an inverted head and shoulders, a complex inverted head and shoulders potentially. So I think we look for this blue line like I kind of drew here to underside reject. That's our next bullish move, I think. But being down here at 101 when we were just up at 106 beginning of July, that's leaning towards bullish for all the other markets as well. So let's take a look at the VIX, because it is in a specific spot that I told you guys again to pay attention to, and it broke down and broke up. So we really don't want to see this continue on up. I was looking down on lower time frames. You know, it is making constructive moves back up, and it's sort of like once it's above this sort of zone 17, it could make another run. So I mean, this is the bigger danger that I fear in the markets right now, is the VIX, because of this massive spike, and whether we're going to have another one, or are we potentially going to reject, because we could reject here at sort of the 19 level as well, right? Like I drew that out. This could just be extended here. That would still be bullish. That would still be bullish. So these just kind of move over. And this one's perfectly fine right there. So we'll know that this was the day, Wednesday, Thursday, sort of a decision point, and see what happens when it comes to the volatility index. This is something I wanted to point out, that I made this, are we going to get back in the channel? This was an inflection point that we were talking about right here last week. And, I mean, it's just been straight up since. So we're back in the channel. We're following the green path. I think this looks like a good V reversal to just continue on up, because it broke past this 55.70 and 55.96. So it broke past both those with some good volume. So I think at this point we're out of the woodworks. See, we can see here that was a volume node, that was a volume node, that was a volume node. Now we're above those. So it's just going to continue, in my opinion, move up to this 5800 sort of region before it makes another decision. But yeah, a new all-time highs is in the cards for the SPY. Q's looking good on that break up as well. I think we'd want to see the Q's break above this sort of 485 region for new all-time highs. The NASDAQ as well, moving above 19,981, 19,916 range, and you're going to be seeing all new all-time highs as well. US 30, of course, looking the best on this recovery out of all of them, but it is sort of rejecting now on this trend line. So pay attention to this. We'd like to see this break through and sort of retest to continue on upwards. Yeah. So yeah, just a little bit longer here, guys. We're gonna have to actually wrap it up, but I just wanted to do this as kind of like a quick update, just because we're at a pivotal point in the markets right now. So I really wanted to pay attention to a few things there. The one more thing that I was looking at here was breaking underneath this 5.64 level on the USDT.D. It's looking actually kind of nice, but we still haven't broken this sort of like lower resistance point or support, I should say. We haven't broken under the support yet, so once we break under the support, I think is where you know, we start really gassing it, and this is going to be good for the market. So pay attention to that. We don't want to see a bounce like this because that would be a little bit bearish. But yeah, we can just kind of pay attention to what's happening here, just in the near term on the US dollar tether dominance there. BTC dominance, this looking good. This is looking good to break out of this, and then make its way up. Of course, wouldn't be the greatest for altcoins, but I think they'll have their time. So just kind of pay attention to that. BTC could hold a lot of strength here. So, I mean, it's not much has changed because we're still not out of that range. You know, like I said, breaking above the 62.6 would show really good strength. Actually, I would say as low as 61.8 would potentially be good enough to send this a lot higher. So I'm going to just put a line there just for now. We'll get rid of that. But yeah, hopefully we don't get trapped up in here too long, and we can just kind of blow through this. And then don't reject here and make our way back down, but just continue on up. Kind of like I had this marked, you know, from the 58, we want to see it push up to about 64 and stay and maintain above that. That would look really good. But as long as we're underneath this sort of 61.8, we can see there could be more rejection here to the downside. And then under, of course, 55, 56, we really don't want to see it consolidate under there because it's going to continue rejecting down. Make another test on those lows. So pay attention here. I think this is a pretty important inflection point on BTC. But of course, we'll move to the... This is crazy. What's crazy is ETH is actually pumping right now. But this is still... Like, yeah, we've seen that. That was the VITALIK bull post. Marked this bottom. It moved up and then back down. So, interesting move. Because ETH is still up a few percent here on the day. Where is our ETH? There's our ETH chart. It's still up a little, but it's not much. Not much. So what we're looking at, I think here, this is an important point for Ethereum as well. Let's take a look at this downtrend. Just want to see what this looks like. That's one. Yeah, so I mean, it still isn't broken out of the downtrend yet, unless you're looking at the absolute nearmost one. Even that one's right on the cusp. Looks like it's about to. So we could see a little move up to the 2800. You really want to see it break through the 2800 to get to the 3. But like, I see a lot of potential for rejection at 2800. If it doesn't have a lot of fuel to move right up into, like, say 3200 right away. So yeah, I don't know about ETH. He's bull posting, but it's still not super strong. I know Sol ETH took a little bit of a nick from that, but it wouldn't be horrible to bounce off this blue line that we have here around there, and it could continue on up. I think Sol ETH is still looking extremely bullish. But yeah, that's the thing, is it rejected coming out of here. So this is, again, this was a major inflection point. So we can see there's lots of volatility. So that's why I said just pay attention to it. Let's check out Sol real quick. Yeah, I got about 10, 15 minutes here, and then I gotta wrap up. Maybe a little less. We'll see. Oh, this is what I was saying here, right? I was like, you could take a long or a short, and the long ended up, I think... No, long didn't play out. Because it closed. It stopped it out. It stopped both the long and the short out, and then it went long. Let's get to our daily. And see what we were talking about here on Sol. I don't even know what that is. It's pretty ugly. So Solana broke this nearmost trend, and now it's attempting to recover that bull flag. But really, we're just in this massive sideways action here, right? So that was part of it. I guess that was one of the thoughts, that it would potentially go down. But I think as long as we can stay above this, it should be constructive to the upside above this, right? So we look to hold here. Otherwise, we would reject and test this again before we move up. What just happened there? Boop, 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 boop. Of course, we could continue just sideways until end of September. As the adage goes, wake me when September ends, right? So the one thing I don't like about Solana is the volume and the volatility is a little quieter. The one that I do like the look of right now is BNB. And look at this. This is why, right? It had a sharper trajectory on its flag here, and it's breaking above. I think we really want to see it move above 580, 600. 580, 610 would be really strong for BNB. We kind of want to see this movement here. That's the exact movement I would like to see. It's looking strong though. Like BNB is looking stronger than others, even though BNB BTC is taking a dip right now. But that's just because of that dominance, right? So I mean, this looks good, right? Above this. Basically above right here, it looks good, right? See, this is a solid inflection point. We're kind of bouncing in between this. We want to see it recover that, and not do this. We don't want to see this. So I think that would be the little more bearish case. See, September ends, up only. We'll have a look though. We'll have a look as the time comes. But yeah, so last couple we'll look at is total. Again, even total looking like it's wanting to break up. So let's just narrow this down to about the 4 hour, because that'll be more telling that, look at this, right? We'll put a horizontal here, because we do want to see that break above. But that's essentially, that's the resistance that we're looking to push through, and it's really pushing quite nicely right now. It looks perfectly like a good inverted head and shoulders, and then that's sort of the neckline right there. So that's a really nice move to be going out of this. I think it's back on if we see that. So this is really like one of more telling signs. Pay attention to total. Pay attention to USDT.D. And pay attention to the dollar and the VIX. And these will be enough. Just these four assets, these four charts will be enough to tell you, is it back on or not. One looking almost even better is total 2. So this one's got ETH. I think that's 3 touch points. We could do this for 4. Get that 4th touch point in there and closer to these candle closes. I think we're almost about to break out. I know a lot of people are looking at that. And then, of course, looking the absolute best right here. We have, I would say right to there. See these highs here. It's pushed through those already. So, in my opinion, total 3, as in altcoins, everything other than BTC and ETH, is breaking out right now and could move potentially to the 600, even 660, move out of this 650 sort of range. We want to see it move back into this so it can create that movement out and fully break out. But this is a much lower time frame. This is like a 4-hour breakout. It's not as constructive as something like a daily breakout. And that, we want to see it again move over this 600 bill. Maybe around 616 would be really constructive. And then moving up from 630 to 660. That would be like, okay, we're going, guys. We're really going. So, yeah, just a few levels for you guys there. I think to really pay attention to the squeeze in between these levels, and if we move up another 100 billion here, we can just see that this last 4-hour candle has moved up quite significantly. We do have those here and there, right? So we do have those here and there. We just want to see how this follows through. And one more I will mention quickly is SUI. So we had that retest onto here. It's kind of what I outlined. Yeah, we're right around there. This would be better right there. And then we want to see that recover above that line. Sort of like I marked here. Maybe we're dipping a little lower. But essentially we want to recover this line and get back into this green. We don't want to see as deep a recovery, but it can potentially happen. We could see right down to around 60 cents. I just think, again, this has broken out. So we're looking for that attempt recovery. And this could be really bullish for SUI. Especially if the rest of the market pushes and makes that next leg up. I think that's going to be super positive for all of the memes, everything that's been taking an absolute hit. Either way, guys, I don't have much more time for today. I wanted to hop on and give you guys that quick update and take a look at a few of these charts, and of course show you guys the VITALIK bull posts, wherever the heck that went. It doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter anymore. But yeah, pay attention to those few levels I was telling you guys, and we'll catch you guys in the next live stream. Hopefully we'll do another update in the next couple days just to see how things went, whether we're back on and we're so back, or it's so over again. But yeah, either way, thanks for tuning in, and as always, check out all the links down below. PrimeXBT sponsoring the channel. if you want to support me, support PrimeXBT, and just click the link, sign up, do all your trading in PrimeXBT. You can actually even trade stonks if you want some stonks, like the S&P. So yeah, again guys, check out the links, like, follow, subscribe, all that fun stuff, help out the algo, and we'll catch you in the next